Fully loaded.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be doing my first Kingdom Rush Frontiers Heroes reviews. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. We're going to start things off with Sha'tra. I thought this would be a good hero to start with. So let's go ahead and just jump right into this, starting with his base stats. Going on to his base stats, he has 400 health. The lowest in the game is 250, and the highest is 900 in the game. So he's not too bad. He does have medium armor. There is some characters in this game who have high armor, but there's also some who have no armor. So medium armor is definitely a plus for him. His respawn time is average, but I would have to say it's not too bad because it is about 25 seconds for him to respawn back when he dies. Going on to Sha'tra's ability, we're going to start things off with the Energy Glaive. If you don't know what it does, it throws a glaive that deals 35 damage. It has a 50% chance to strike an additional target, which is pretty good in groups. If he throws it, usually it can go from guy to guy to guy. So it's really good in smaller, large groups for sure. Definitely one I think is a pretty useful ability. Going on to Sha'tra's second ability, which is Purification Protocol. If you don't know what it does, it summons a drone that deals 240 damage over 3 seconds, and it can switch randomly, similar to the Energy Glaive. Definitely an interesting ability, and it can work well in groups when it hits multiple enemies. Going on to the third ability for Sha'tra, definitely my favorite, which is Abduction. If you don't know what it does, it calls in a ship to abduct a group or single enemies totaling 1,000 life. Super useful in a lot of different levels where there's enemies that have a lot of health that take a long time to take out, because the abduction ability gives you a chance just to get rid of them right away when they get close to Sha'tra, if he uses it on them. Sometimes when he uses it on just like single enemies that don't have a lot of health, it's not super useful, but definitely is useful when there's a lot of big enemies on the map with a lot of health. Going on to Sha'tra's fourth ability, not much to be said here. All it does is increase his attack damage from 5 to 15. So it does give him more damage, but not the most useful. Sha'tra's last ability, which is Final Countdown. If you don't know what it does, Sha'tra, when he dies, deals 220 area damage. This isn't the most useful ability because if he stay alive, he would do more damage. That's why I'm not a big fan of this ability. And I find with most big enemies, whenever he dies and he uses the Final Countdown, sometimes he takes them out, but not all the time. And then if he's your last resort, the enemy is most likely going to get through. But definitely, if you could just keep him alive and not use the Final Countdown, that's the best way to use Sha'tra for sure. Sha'tra is also able to hit flying enemies. There are some heroes in the game that are unable to hit flying enemies. So some of his abilities are able to hit flying enemies, which can make him pretty useful so you can run less archers along with wizards. Overall, Sha'tra is definitely a hero worth checking out. Most of his abilities are good outside of Final Countdown, and the one where it does increase 5 to 15, that's an okay ability. It could be something else more useful, but Final Countdown, definitely not the most useful. So if you do give him a try, make sure to try to keep him alive instead of using the Final Countdown. But sometimes he is going to get taken out with who knows. So the Final Countdown does do a bit of damage, but it's just not a ton. The Abduction ability, super useful against enemies with a lot of health in some of the later levels and some of the mid-game levels. Definitely hero, definitely recommend you guys try it. But that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.